Across the nation, a city's downtown is the core of activity, events, you name it, and it really does set the tone for an entire community. And the same holds true here in downtown Greeley. And here to tell us more about what is coming up for downtown Greeley, we have Becky Safrick, who is the city's Community Development Director. Becky, always a pleasure to have you.
Thank you very much. Glad to be here.
All right, so we are here today to talk about an activity, or I guess you'd call it an activity, that we're asking residents to get engaged with, to get involved with, and to tell us more, and that has to do with the Downtown Master Plan. Now, for anyone who doesn't know what that means, it sounds kind of scary, the Master Plan, but it really is just kind of I guess I'm going to say a list, for me, that's simplifying, a list of just, these are the things we'd like to do and see to make our downtown even better, and that's kind of what we're doing here.
That's exactly right. A big part of what we want to do is really create a blueprint for the downtown for the future. We recently did one about 10 years ago, and what you see in the downtown now is the results of that. We're so pleased that it's an engaged place for people to live, work, learn, play, all the things that we love. And now that we've had some time to navigate the improvements we hoped at that time, we're ready to take a look at the next 10 years.
That's right. And 10 years seems like a lot of time, like I said, from that first one that we did in 2011, but that 10 years went really fast. And in that time, there were improvements to sidewalks and venues, as well as events and parks. And we're kind of looking to do the same thing, but take it to that next level.
That's right. This has really become a nicely activated space. We'd like to do more of that. And as you mentioned, as the 10 years have evolved, we've seen a lot of changes. We've got new multifamily downtown. We've got new activity centers, restaurants, all sorts of things that we want to capitalize on, but also promote for the next 10 years.
All right, so lots have happened since 2011, and part of the process for us to start looking at the next 10 years to do with hiring of a consultant. So we have a group that we're working with here in downtown, and as part of that process, there was a survey. Now, by the time this airs, the survey has completed, but that was a really important and integral part of this whole process.
It sure was. You know, any kind of plan that you're doing for the future needs to include stakeholders, and that includes the businesses that are down here, the people that live here, and the people that engage in the downtown in lots of different ways. So the survey that we used was to help provide a really easy way for people to dream with us. Talk about what it is that you'd like to see in the future, what are things we could do better, what are things we haven't thought of yet. So all of that was what we asked people to help us out with by filling out the survey.
Now, we had nearly 1,000 folks who took the time, and I say that because their time is precious, but to share their ideas and their thoughts and to give us kind of their vision. And so now what we can do, or what we will do, is take all of that information, share that with the consultants, and then the real work begins, I guess you could say, and that is coming up with what those ideas, when you bring them all together, how that might impact downtown.
That's right, and I think it's going to be a really dynamic tool that we wind up with, because people have lots of ideas that intersect at different points, and some of them will be near-term kind of opportunities, others will be more longer-range visions and ways that we can build on the successes that we've had before. So we are really eager to get to work, take all the input that we've got, manipulate it back into another vision if we can, and then feed it back to the community and see what they think.
Yeah, and the one thing I liked about this, especially with that survey as I was looking at it myself, is that it covered everything. It covered things as simple as like lighting and infrastructure, but also just environment and how people felt when they were downtown.
That's true. We really want people to think of this as a complete environment and a place that you can engage in on lots of different levels. So that's what we're hoping that the feedback will guide us, and we're really looking forward to this next step.
Yeah, so that next step, as I mentioned, has to do with, again, some more engagement and more feedback from our residents, and that will be kind of come in the state of being a community-wide what do we call public meeting. That's what I'm trying to spit out there. So that's still to come. So we want people to keep engaged and to continue to give us feedback.
Absolutely. And of course, we would invite anyone along the way who's got questions or thought of something that didn't get included on the survey. There'll be lots of opportunities to keep feeding us that information, and all of it will be considered as we come up with this next chapter in the downtown.
Yeah, so just to kind of wrap up here real quick, Becky, timeline on things. Can we give folks an idea of when they might start seeing those next steps and what we're shooting for?
Yes, we're really looking at late summer, early fall for the next community outreach effort, which will be kind of showing the rough draft of the concept plans, and our goal is to have the entire plan wrapped up by October.
Okay, so still to come here in 2022. If you want more information about the Downtown Master Plan and all the activities and engagement that's going to be happening around that, you can make sure that you head over to a website. And right now, grab that pen and write this down. It's speakupgreeley.com, and you're going to be looking for the Downtown Master Plan. So Becky, thank you so much for being here today and giving us more details, and we look forward to hearing more.
Thank you very much for having me. Appreciate it.
All right, you got that pin now, right? Okay, so you're going to head on and write down speakupgreeley.com and give us your feedback.